Welcome to StopFake, the place where we set the record straight on disinformation about Ukraine. I'm Lada Roslycky with StopFake's latest dissection of Russian alternate reality. This week's disinformation menu brings you the following. Former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych perpetuates Russian fakes. Ukraine's former prime minister buys million-dollar property in the US and flees Ukraine. Volunteers getting rich from war in eastern Ukraine. On November 25th, former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych was to be questioned by a Kiev court via video link from Russia. The questioning was postponed and the ousted leader gave a press conference instead. Yanukovych stuck to Russia's official script about the events that took place during the 2013-14 Maidan Revolution. He claimed that a power grab happened in Ukraine, and the radicals who came to power are responsible for the war in the east of the country. Yanukovych said that during the 2014 Maidan protests, snipers fired both on the riot police and demonstrators from buildings which were controlled by the protesters. According to the International Advisory Panel investigating the Maidan violence, the Berkut riot police is responsible for the majority of the February 20th, 2014 killings. By analyzing hundreds of hours of video and internet material, the panel identified more than 20 Berkut officers who shot at the protesters. Yanukovych also vehemently denied he has any money and claimed to have left the country only with hand luggage. No money belonging to me has been found in any bank. I did not take anything out of Ukraine aside from personal belongings, which I carried as hand luggage, he claimed. What Yanukovych claims was hand luggage was in fact several truckloads of paintings, swords, daggers, icons, vases, and other antiques. The manner in which they were ferried out of Kiev over a period of several days was caught on security cameras in Yanukovych's residence. Scores of Yanukovych's bank accounts in Ukraine were frozen by authorities after Yanukovych fled. The Prosecutor General's office has spoken of $127 million in Ukraine alone. Yanukovych also claimed that his automobile was fired upon, a sign of an armed insurrection in the country. The Ukrainian prosecutor's office investigated the matter and found no evidence of an assassination attempt on the former president. Citing a little-known website as their source, scores of Russian media reported this week that former Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk sold his business and real estate holdings, fled Ukraine, and is living in the US with his family. This story appeared on November 28, 2016, on Newsnet Hostanko aggregator site in two different versions. Both versions lack a byline. They refer to a source but do not name it. The Russian Defense Ministry television channel Zvezda, Life News, and scores of other Russian publications featured this fake story. Zvezda radio station even interviewed a so-called expert who said that Yatsenyuk left because he feared for his safety. Yatsenyuk's official site states that on November 29th, he was in Brussels, where he delivered a speech to the European Parliament Foreign Affairs Committee. Yatsenyuk also spoke at a conference that was live-streamed that same day. According to Yatsenyuk's site, the former prime minister had several high-profile meetings in Europe in November, all of which are featured on Facebook and Twitter. Yatsenyuk dismissed these claims as lies in a Facebook post and threatened to sue the provocateur who started this rumor. Yatsenyuk was the topic of many fakes while prime minister in 2015. Fake stories claiming he was planning to leave Ukraine were actively disseminated in Russian media. Russian site Ukraina.ru published a story this week claiming that volunteer work in Ukraine is the most profitable profession. The author, Igor Serdyukov, has penned many fakes about events in Ukraine. This time, he claims that volunteers are often people with a shady past and are supplying weapons, ammunition, medicine, and food to the Ukrainian army and getting rich in the process. Infopolk.ru, Informbureau.dn.ua, and other Russian media disseminated this story. Serdyukov focuses on well-known Ukrainian volunteer Yuri Berdyukov, who is currently an aide to Ukraine's defense minister. Serdyukov asserts on Ukraina.ru that helping the front is so profitable that as a result of it, Serdyukov today owns an IT company based in the US and an agricultural company in Ukraine. Serdyukov really was a businessman who owned companies, but he built those companies long before he began to do volunteer work. Responding to StopFake's inquiry, Serdyukov explained that he sold his companies in 2014. Another volunteer whom Serdyukov accuses of benefiting from the volunteer movement is Tatiana Rychkova, a Dnipro city native and member of Ukraine's parliament and aide to the defense minister. Serdyukov accuses Rychkova of appropriating donation funds for her personal enrichment and uses her recently declared income as alleged proof. Rychkova explained that she refinanced her mortgage after her husband was killed in the war in the occupied Donbass. Her bank offers a special financing programs to veterans. According to the terms of the refinancing, the bank wrote off some 60,000 of Rychkova's mortgage debt. Rychkova's husband joined a volunteer battalion when Russian-backed separatists seized eastern Ukraine. She, in turn, began working as a volunteer, raising supplies and medicine for the battalion. Vadim Rychkov was killed in August 2014. Rychkova was elected to Ukraine's parliament in a 2015 by-election. That's it for this week. Look for more disinformation set straight on the StopFake website. Be vigilant. Look out for fakes. If you spot anything that smacks of disinformation about Ukraine, send it to us for a truth autopsy. I'm Lada Roslycky, and this is StopFake. Thank you for watching.